Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tales of Three, an all-queer, narrative-driven D&D podcast where your three GMs are also your three PCs. My name is Dusty. My pronouns are they, she, and I play Ivy Nightbreeze Tinkerfey, whose pronouns are she, her. And why can't a fallen paladin walk straight?
Why?
Because he's out of alignment.
God fucking... of all the things.
Hello, my name is Ariana. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Elara Spindlespark, whose pronouns are also she, her. And I have a mouse in my house, and his name is Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph.
But, like, why is he named Wreck-It Ralph?
Because he is
Ralph.
wrecking my house, and he ate my chapstick.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wayra. My pronouns are she, they, and I play Véres, whose pronouns are he, they. I don't know why I had to think about that. My brain is potato soup tonight, which is mush.
Potato soup.
Potatoes.
A note regarding content warnings. This campaign is a dark fantasy that deals consistently with topics of body horror, complicated relationship dynamics, emotional distress, fantasy violence, gore, mechanized spiders, mental health and illness, profanity, and romantic and sexual relationships. A full list of episode-specific content warnings can always be found in the show notes of each episode. Last time, during their first full day in Ozrin and their first day of well-deserved downtime, Ivy learned about Paint Night from Zath and Nim's son Ember. Meanwhile, Elara stayed in her room working on a multitude of projects, and Véres helped out around the inn and resumed working on a project of their own, each one seeking some form of normalcy after their ordeal. Ivy and Elara had a nice heart-to-heart, both expressing their fear over what happened in the tunnels. Later on, Ivy overheard a conversation between Valda and Nim about how important people were flocking to Grimford to hide the truth. Ivy learned that Kerrek and Valda were investigative reporters searching for the truth about Grimford. Ivy warned Kerrek to stay away from Grimford, and after declining an interview, she agreed to give him an anonymous letter about the Cult of Mourning. Meanwhile, Elara swirled away in her room, found some very high-tech schematics that talked about nexus points and planar and god-touched beings, but was unable to decipher their meaning. In an event attended by the entirety of the Demolis family, Ivy, Bia, and Elara from her window, everyone watched Véres get his behind handed to him by Zath, not once but twice in a friendly sparring session. And when Zath accidentally broke Véres' nose and sent them flying off the 30-foot-high wall, Elara revealed another invention as her nanobots safely but slowly guided Véres to the ground. We pick up now after the spar session.
I think that after spar session, or the impromptu spar session, I guess, with Zath, Véres is going to go and get cleaned up, and then he's going to go and make a visit to Elara. I think he's got some thanks to give, you know? He's going to head upstairs and kind of knock on the door.
It is cracked open, as per usual. I think you're all used to it by now.
Cool.
For Norman to come and go.
And so he knocks, and when he doesn't immediately hear a no,
she goes, come in.
and he comes in and he steps through.
And as soon as you step through the door, she goes, oh no, and make a dexterity saving throw. She goes, sorry, I forgot. What'd you get?
It's a 9.
You open the door, you step in the door, and you notice, very strangely, there's an hourglass, just like right when you open the door. You don't step on the hourglass or anything like that, but you step in and you watch a flash in like a circle around where your foot is, and suddenly there is a rope there, and the rope tightens around your ankle, and next thing you know, it yanks you up, and you were hanging upside down in the air. And Elara runs over.
I think you hear, I think the whole tavern hears like a yelp.
And Elara runs over, and you're like hanging like 3 feet off the ground. And she kind of like drops to her knees, and she goes, hey, sorry, I forgot. Hold on.
Sure, I'm not going anywhere.
And she like reaches up, and you probably won't see, because I don't know if you're looking up, but she runes a rune, essentially that's on the rope, and the whole entire thing dissipates. Do you put your hands out to not bonk your head on the floor, or?
Yes, he'll put his hands out to do a handstand and stand up properly.
She goes, I am very sorry. I was trying out a new thing, and I just forgot that it was there. But it works, so that's good to know.
It's alright. What is this supposed to be?
A snare?
Why?
In case I need to trap something or someone. And it was totally invisible. You didn't even see it.
I did not. No, you're right. Why would you need to trap somebody in an inn?
Well, not in the inn. This is and you look around the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I think every time either one of you come in, it is like devolving more and more into a laboratory workspace. Like her bed is just covered with papers and books, and Norman's little spot on the bed has gotten like smaller and smaller. The table that you brought up is filled. It's got gems. It's got powder on it. Her jeweler's kit is out. Her tinkerer's tools are out. There is a stand that can have a flame underneath it, and there is a beaker sitting in it. Her nano-organisms on the windowsill are slowly, anyone who's paying attention, slowly filling up the jar every day that goes by. But she goes, I'm running out of space in here, so it's kind of just like wherever I can get it is where it goes, and the door was a free spot, you know?
Right. Did you need a larger room, or do you need help with any of this? Sort of tidying up, I suppose?
No, well, tidying up. She looks offended.
He does not look apologetic.
How dare you? She goes, what, do you think it's messy?
Do you not?
It is, my workspace. I'm working on multiple things, and I like to have them all going so that when I'm ready to go to it, it's just there and available to me. If I cleaned it up and put it away, then I would have to take it back out again, and it really just seems like a waste of time, and it's a little counterproductive when you really think about it, don't you think?
No, I could see that.
She nods.
But also, what happens if things, mix into the other?
They don't.
Ever?
Most of the time.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah. I've got it sectioned and quartered off pretty well.
Does this room feel stuffy to him?
The window's open.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So that was just sort of like an experiment you were running? That trap of yours?
Yes. I'm trying to see how long I can get it. And she picks up the hourglass and flips it over. And she reactivates the rune. How long I can get it to stay invisible for. Right now it's not very long. But I think I should be able to get it to stay longer if I can just figure out the right string of runes to elongate it.
Fascinating. Well, you certainly fooled me.
Good, because you are hard to fool, so that's a good thing. We should try Ivy though, because Ivy is very perceptive, and so if she doesn't see it, then I will really know that it's going well.
I do think Ivy would be your benchmark.
I think she would be really way more mad than you were though if I caught her in a snare and got her upside down, honestly.
But think how amusing it would be.
Okay, I'll make a deal. If you back me up, and if she gets mad, then you have to be like that it was your idea, because technically it was your idea. Well, no, I think it was my idea first. But I wouldn't do it unless you agree to do it.
I don't know if you need my agreement to do it. It's your project.
No, I need you to take
Ivy?
the blame. No!
Yeah, Ivy walks up. She stands out in the hallway, just her arms crossed, and she's like, yes?
Come in here a moment.
Hi.
All right. She walks in.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
16.
So, Ivy, as you go to step, you see the faintest glimmer of something shimmer by your foot. Do you step into it or do you step aside?
She hops over it, and she goes, what the fuck?
Elara just goes, okay, it is not anywhere near perfected. And she sighs.
What isn't?
Véres puts a fist puts a hand over his mouth and starts chuckling.
Are you creating a trap of Fae, or?
No, No, but I caught Véres in a snare, and then we said that if we could catch you in it, then I would know that it was really good because you're really perceptive. And you saw it, so that means that I need to keep working on it.
It wasn't invisible. I saw a little glimmer.
No, but yeah, exactly. And so it should be, and it should also stay that way for like a long time.
What's our max right now?
That it stays invisible, like 5 minutes. I'd like to get it. Yeah, but like think about it. If you're like, if you wanted to set one for like the whole night, 5 minutes is not a very long time, you know.
No, but does it like glow in the dark?
No, you're not supposed to see it.
Paint it black.
Problem solved.
Except for if you're wanting to set it during the day, then it would be even more noticeable.
It would be. It's okay. I'll keep working on it. Thank you both for accidentally getting involved, though.
You're welcome. Although I don't think mine was an accident.
Nope.
Véres did call for me.
They did. I did.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember that when...
Your active unknowing participation was appreciated.
For sure. Also, I'm not mad, if that's what you're...
Would you have been mad, though, if you got right upside down?
100%, yes.
Yeah, see?
I was sort of hoping to see it.
And your wrap would have fell, right down in front of your face, and that, I'm sure you wouldn't have been happy about that either.
I wouldn't have been.
So it's a good thing it didn't work then. Véres took it very well.
I'm glad.
Mm-hmm.
How tall does this thing go? Did you hit your head on the ground?
No, he was about 3 feet above.
Oh, on the way up, though.
Oh. It happened so fast. I said, come in, and then I was like, oh, crap.
Véres, why don't you give me a demonstration about what happened?
Yeah, he takes a moment to consider it.
And that's when Bia walks in.
No, before you answer, though, Elara does go. She goes, okay, but you know what? It's kind of good that I have you both here because I spent the last, 3 nights trying to figure out this. And she goes over to her bed and she takes, these 3, brittle pieces of paper. And she goes, these were in the back of Onyx's spell book. And she pushes some gems aside on the table that's in the middle of her room, and she lays out the 3. I have absolutely no idea what this is, and I'm usually really good at deciphering schematics, but this is almost like a different language. Have either one of you ever seen anything like this?
Véres gestures for Ivy to go first.
She looks at the papers.
Make an investigation check. I was thinking maybe it's
Nat 20.
From the Fae.
Dude! Yes! Is the paper as old as her map? Out of curiosity.
It is comparable.
Oh, okay.
It is old. It seems Forsaking old.
Ivy lightly touches the paper.
The whole thing crumbles now.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you have photographic memory. With a nat 20, I would say you do. You remember this so well. You see the words locate nexus. You see the initials AR. You see the words God touched ? Planar touched ? There is a phrase there that says hold Osalia's essence ? You see the word conduit. From what you've seen of your father's artificer equations or arcane equations, this looks completely foreign to you.
All I know is the paper's as old as probably my map, and a conduit is something that you work through. It's a thing that you use to work through. So whatever this Osalia thing is, they're probably trying to, because it says essence, right? Osalia essence?
It says, yeah, hold Osalia essence ?
Maybe it's like a flower or magic or something, and they're trying to use it. Maybe with me. Maybe Osalia essence is magic.
Maybe. Véres, did you get anything out of the spell book?
Can I have a look at the paper?
Yeah.
I think the mission of the spellbook says, no, I actually haven't had a moment to look it over yet.
Well, okay. Well, when you do, maybe keep this stuff in mind and see if there's anything in there that relates to it, I guess.
Sure. He kind of like takes the paper from Ivy. Make an intelligence check or investigation.
Yeah, investigation.
23.
You glean the same information that the other two got.
The same? Okay.
Elara rolled a 26 originally.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'll keep it in mind when I go over the book, but no, besides the conduit, the planar stuff and like God touched, has he heard of anything like that before?
I guess what I will give everyone, considering we all rolled really high. So I think that from what you've gathered from the journal that Ivy read the other night about how they were using certain people from certain lineages that did not originate on this plane to open portals. And Ivy just said kind of like what they were trying to do with her. You can all deduce that planar touched would mean somebody from a different plane.
Okay.
And then I think you can also deduce then that God touched, Ivy, there are people in Fellismore, you know, that have close contact with the queen, who is a god.
Mm-hmm.
You may interpret that as being God touched. And then I think that Elara, with a 17 on her history check, would know there is one very religious family in Thylacer who claims to be descended from gods. And I think Véres would know from his past dealings in Ixalan. You would also know that that family is the Latimer family.
Ivy goes, you know, where I'm from in the Feywild, the queen is a goddess.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in like, I don't know if this god-touched bit is like in a real sense or a spiritual sense, because technically Titania does like physically touch people. There's a council. I don't know how to say that without it sounding weird.
Yeah, it sounds weird.
I don't know how to say it without it sounding weird.
I think you two, your brains are in the gutter, but you're you're telling me that there's an actual goddess living amongst you in the Feywild.
Yes, Queen Titania.
I don't think I realized that, she was actually physically there with you. Anyway,
no,
sorry.
Yes. She lives in a castle in Fellismore. We have a council, essentially, that she gives them the gift of life. They can't die from old age or diseases or things like that.
Oh, wow. Your god seems way better than ours were.
By leaps and bounds, honestly.
I don't know anything about your gods, if we're being honest.
Well, they don't do anything, so, it makes sense to me.
They're gone or dead.
We do have a bad one.
Yes, Nemeth.
Right, yes. And there are rumors of, like, Nemeth's bastards running around, so I guess also God touched in that way, too.
Like, God, yeah. Well, we have a family here, too, that says that they're descended from gods.
Oh, really?
Yes, they're, a faction of them is on the council in our capital of Zolan, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, and one of them is also a really big criminal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we believe that they're descendants?
I've literally never thought about it before this moment. It's not something that I,
the general consensus is that it's, hearsay in this kingdom anyway. There's a whole other kingdom that the Latimer family is from, in which they kind of, rule over because of that assumption.
Okay, so the council can't die. Do they show evidence?
Oh no, they can die.
Well, I didn't mean die specifically. I meant the criminal. Do they do anything that's wildly out of the realm of possibility? Is that why they're a criminal? Because they use a lot of magic, or?
They are very well known for, the family anyway, is very well known for potent divine magics.
So either they are really in favor with a god, or they are descendants of a god.
Exactly. And I will say that a few of them do look like the general depiction of Yiva. I don't know if that means far down the line they decided to depict Yiva after the family, or if Yiva does look like that. I don't know.
Or they just like the glamour magics.
Could be. Make an insight check, you two.
Dirty 20.
16!
Hey!
Hey!
I know!
You both notice that this conversation about gods and The Latimer family, and specifically the criminal of the Latimer family, is making Véres extremely uncomfortable. He's hiding it well, but he looks uncomfortable.
Ivy looks at Véres and she goes, should we change the subject?
Oh no. Why would we do that? Got something to figure out here.
Yes, these schematics,
Mm-hmm.
which really have not very little to do with all the other stuff. Unless...
I mean, are they schematics or could it be something else entirely?
No, I mean, there are schematics for something here. Whoever wrote this was trying to build something.
Does it match Onyx's handwriting?
She goes, good question. And she pulls out, she doesn't have the journal. Who has the journal?
Or Ivy does, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Ivy pulls it out of a pocket.
And you both compare, and they're not the same.
So he got this from somewhere.
Mm-hmm. It's very strange. More questions, puzzles.
It just goes to show that we really did get into something we probably should have nothing to do with.
That's true. So I guess I could just throw these in the fire then, huh?
No.
It's all right, Véres. It's all up in the noggin right here.
Mm-mm.
I feel like I rolled what we call a nat 20 when looking at
You know,
Mm-hmm.
as much as I appreciate your enthusiasm, do not get rid of that, please.
She cocks her head to the side and she goes, Véres, I was joking.
Oh, okay.
I would literally never throw these schematics away. Even if you both told me to, I would lie and say that I did, and then I would continue on this investigation. Because this,
Oh, you would lie to us, would you?
all in good faith and
good fun.
favor and good fun, and for the greater good of the world, probably.
Ivy's gonna look at Véres and gauge his reaction when she says this, but she goes, do we think that maybe this high criminal has something to do with this? Maybe working in cahoots, wanting to take down something or something?
Véres takes a moment to think about it. Make an insight check.
18.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Noise.
14 plus 4.
You see that the expression, like the micro expressions that go through his face, he's very good at controlling his expressions, you figure out.
Mm-hmm.
The micro expressions he has are, well, maybe. No, there's no way he's smart enough. I don't know about that. He's sort of known as being an idiot, so.
Oh, one of those.
All charisma, no brains.
Ah, I know them well.
Yeah, the resented mostly just goes around destroying things.
Did you say the resented?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a name they gave themselves?
I am honestly not 100% sure.
I don't know if anybody really knows, to be honest.
It's certainly a descriptor.
Mhm.
It is. I mean, I guess it's kind of... The cult was super underground.
Literally.
Literally, they were really, really...
But Onyx wasn't.
Onyx wasn't. But
Onyx was in a position of power.
she points back to the journal. Well, according to Onyx's journal, they were trapped under there until the year 754, when an earthquake opened up access points to the top. And then he became mayor in 756. So that's 6 years. I guess they could have made
the
friends.
resented been around for 6 years?
I have no idea how long they've been around for.
I don't think so. As far as I remember, they were formed, or at least they became known in 753, 4-ish? 753, I believe they became known.
And what year is it now?
762.
I mean, yeah, it's enough time.
Well, I have no desire to ask them about it. So
I wasn't saying let's go knock on the proverbial door.
Oh, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure they'll be in the next town over very
Why?
soon. You don't think that that's something they would be interested in?
I don't know who they are. I don't even know what this criminal's name is.
the leader, the Latimer person, his name is Aurelius, yeah. Why would they be here?
Are they magic users? Do they use magic?
Many of them are. And this is all just me guessing, but it seems that they their track record suggests that they would go to places where there's a lot of magic. If they're that destructive, I think it would make sense for them to go investigate it.
In like a jealousy sort of way? Like, we didn't fuck this place up. Why did this place get fucked up?
No, in, maybe. I don't know. I would assume to see what caused it and how they can replicate it.
Oh.
But if it could also be a jealousy thing, so not sure.
Do we need to be concerned for this resented?
I just think, again, just keep a low profile.
I mean, I don't plan on asking for Aurelius.
Elara's gotten quiet.
I mean, you both have to understand, I don't know anything about this world.
Mm-hmm.
And if there are beings that I should be like, steer the fuck clear of, because I can be a bit of an abrasive personality. I don't know if you know that about me.
No, not at all.
But if I accidentally piss off somebody from the resented...
So, they're made up of 4 people, I think. Aurelius, Diantha, and Ophir, and then Carowin. But Carowin hasn't been seen for a while.
Like...
Elara's studying the schematics.
Insight check. Why so quiet, Elara?
Why she got so quiet?
It's an 8.
Ivy's gonna insight.
14.
I got a lucky 13 plus 4.
Hey! Elara doesn't want to be, so she just doesn't seem like she wants to be a part of the conversation anymore.
Okay.
She seems uncomfortable.
So just don't piss any of those 4 off. You should be alright.
Well, hopefully I know who they are when I see them, if I see them. Hopefully I don't see them.
You'll see them around with posters, I'm sure.
Alright, I guess when I see their mugshots, I'll,
But also, like, don't piss off any, like, of the, like, other people that are going to be probably over there looking at stuff too, you know?
Are we planning on going to Grimford?
No, but I'm sure they'll be investigating the cause of what happened and looking for somebody to blame. Véres, agrees with Lara. It's like, yeah, just don't piss anybody off in power and don't attract attention to yourselves.
So about that, I have a really bad habit of pissing people off in power. It just sort of comes over me. So if you need to physically, like, put your hand in front of my mouth, just fucking do it. It's, like, compulsory.
Well, I don't think, why would we be in front? We won't be in front of anyone in power.
No, so you should be alright.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you consider, like, power, though, right? Because if you both are coming with me to the guilds, then I guess in some way those people are, like, authoritative, you know?
I would probably piss off the head of your guild.
Okay.
But not, like, people who work there. If I feel that there's a superiority, I will bring them down to my level, is what I'm saying. And sometimes that level is in the fucking dirt.
Oh, okay. So if people think that they're better than you, you're like, all for it.
Okay, this has been such an interesting turn of my day.
Yeah, me too. I came up to thank you for the feather fall earlier.
Oh, you're welcome.
And somehow we're talking about all this, so...
She goes, I forgot that even happened.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
See what happens when I have time to work on my projects.
Is that new?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a good way to test it because you were going down regardless, so even if it didn't work, it wouldn't have been my fault, you know?
It was very strange to fall like a feather to the ground, you know?
Did it feel comforting? Or was it just weird?
It was weird. Almost more panic-inducing than the actual falling, to be honest, without prior warning.
You didn't. Yeah, well, there wasn't time. You know.
But nonetheless, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else random we should talk about? I don't know.
No, I don't really have anything else to talk about, but I do have to remind the two of you that paint night is in 2 days. So plan accordingly. You will be going.
Oh, no. I seem to work that night.
No, you don't. I already cleared it with Zaph.
Fuck.
He was actually pretty enthusiastic about it.
I'm sure the bastard was. Alright. In 2 days then. I'm going to look over Onyx's spellbook later and see if there's any correlation to this. He gestures to the thing, the schematics, air quotations that Elara's holding. Like schematics, or whatever they may be.
They might not be schematics, but they could be.
There's definitely schematics on it, so close enough.
If there's anything interesting spell-wise, I'd like to see it.
Sure, define interesting.
Maybe spells I could learn. Before I left, I was learning necromancy shit, so maybe that.
Sure, if I see anything, I'll let you know. I plan to, reconvene with you all about it anyway, when I'm finished, so.
Cool.
Alright.
Alright.
Before I forget, and she runs over to the windowsill and she picks up this like little jar. It doesn't have green paste in it. It kind of looks like it's like a yellowish like oil. And she goes, Véres. And she hands it to you and she goes, here, I made this salve for my wrists because they were sore from hanging from a meat hook. And I thought that if mine were sore, yours probably would be sore too. So if you want to use it, I portioned some out for you.
Thank you. That's,
You're welcome.
very sweet of you.
She nods.
He'll take it and put it in his pocket. Right. I'll see you all around then. And he steps over the, rope.
Elara goes, dang it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Alright, well, is there anything else you guys want to do today?
Nope. I think after everyone leaves the room, Elara will continue to work on her projects until she passes the fuck out.
What's Ivy doing for the rest of the day?
I think she eats dinner and then goes and takes a bath and then reads a book.
Sounds like a good rest of your day, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that when things wind down, Véres is going to go to his room, and after getting everything set up and get ready for the night, he takes out the book, Onyx's spell book specifically, sits at his desk, and he's going to go through it, I think. Curiosity's kind of eating at him. He wonders if there's anything relevant in there.
Yeah, so you start looking at the spell book, and it is, it's like your standard spell book. It's like a leather tome. You do see like it has in each of the four corners, it has a sigil. One is for earth, one is for fire, one is for water, and one is for air. Pretty much the spell book has necromancy spells and pretty much like elemental type stuff. I guess make an investigation check.
That is a 22.
Nice. So you notice that some of these spells, like some of these arcane equations for these spells and how to perform them, are complete, and some of them are broken and incomplete. So I'll give you a list of the ones that are complete and then the ones that are incomplete. So for the complete ones, there's Animate Dead, Life Transference, Speak with Dead, Thunderwave, Charm Person, and Compulsion. And then the ones that have incomplete or broken arcane equations is Feign Death, Summon Undead, True Resurrection, Binding Ice, Erupting Earth, Wind Wall, and Fireball.
Interesting. So I think it's weird that like he has most of the spells that are complete are necromancy based, despite him being from like the elemental plane, apparently. And then all the incomplete ones pretty much are elemental ones. I want him to like page through this and really pay attention because I'm wondering if there's anything hidden in the book.
You spend a couple of hours like scouring this book, and as far as you can tell, there's just equations for the spells.
Okay. Well, I think he's gonna take time to like copy over the spells into another journal of his. And then he's gonna take out the journal. He doesn't plan to sleep tonight. to make that very clear. And I think he's gonna scour through the journal with the same kind of like fine-tooth comb.
The one that Ivy read?
Yeah.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
19 plus 5.
24.
Okay.
So you spend time again going through this journal, and you don't glean any new information other than what you all read aloud to each other the other day.
Okay. So he's going to take his time with that. And if he doesn't find anything hidden in that one, he's going to take out the letter, reading it over. What does it say?
So you open the letter and you see it's dated just about a month ago. And it reads, Brother Grayson, we are pleased to hear the town of Grimford is growing. We are pleased to hear you have secured another devotee to the cause. Proceed as you see fit, but please join us in grand celebration this summer in Ixalan. And the letter is signed Sibling Robin Sile. And then at the bottom underneath that, in like smaller letters, kind of in like parentheses, it says, our siblings in Palinel are making good progress.
Palinel?
Pallenel. Pallenel.
Can I make a history check? Do I know of a place called Palinal?
You can absolutely make a history check.
15.
You have never heard of a place called Pallenel? You think it may be on a different continent?
Yeah. I want to go over that again with a fine-tooth comb.
Roll an investigation.
That's 21.
Again, I mean, you have spent hours at this point combing over the spell book, combing over the journal, and you do the same for the letter. And I think as the sun starts to rise, and as you are about to give up on this seemingly fruitless endeavor, you begin to pick up on a pattern, and you figure out that there is indeed a cipher. You pull out a date that you're sure is the 13th of Tilvarost, which is in the fall, not the summer. And you pull out the location of Vitrum, not Ixalan, like the letter said. And you pull out the word Mugwort.
Does it give like a building location or just like it's somewhere in Vitrum?
No, that's all you get.
Interesting. Okay. So they're having a meeting in Vitrum on the 13th of Tilvarost. So as the sun rises, he finally figures out something.
Mm-hmm. You take a level exhaustion.
He'll take that level of exhaustion. Yeah, he's gonna get ready for his day. Go work out.
Nice.
Keep up with the routine, you know.
It's another day of Elara not coming downstairs.
She's not leaving her room again?
No.
Okay.
What does Ivy do? She goes downstairs.
Yeah, she's gonna get breakfast.
You see Norman scutter by.
She waves at Norman, knowing that there's not gonna be a response. Ivy's got pancakes. She's eating pancakes.
Ivy, I think you see Véres come downstairs later than he usually does.
Mm-hmm.
Dressed and ready for the day. Going to get breakfast himself. Not working at the tavern today.
Night?
It was. I actually haven't gone to sleep yet.
Any reason? Was your bed stolen?
Yes, right under my nose.
Hmm.
No, I was going over the spellbook, actually.
Find anything interesting?
I think that you'll find the spellbook interesting, but I also found something weird in the letter that was in the spellbook.
Another schematics?
Cipher, actually. I'll show you it in a moment.
Alright.
Did you already get breakfast?
She nods and motions to Bia, who is currently licking an empty plate.
He goes over and gets breakfast from Nim. And when that comes to him, he comes over to the table and joins Ivy. And he kind of like takes out the book from one of the thigh holsters that he has. And he slides it across the table. In there, poking out at the top of the book, is a letter. And he flips the book open to the page, hands Ivy the letter. Within that letter, there's actually a different date for that event and the location. So, in Vitrum, during Tilvarost, on the 13th of it, there will be an event or gathering for the Cult of Mourning. And the password to get in, I think, is Mugwort.
So, I'm guessing that's our next stop?
Tilvarost is several months away.
Oh.
So we have time, if we so chose to investigate it. I don't think it's necessary, but if we wanted to, we could.
Fair enough.
The spellbook, however, he takes the letter out and slides it over to Ivy. You're welcome to read over if you want.
Thank you. She tucks it into her pouch.
And he starts eating breakfast.
She, physically holds Bia back.
He gives Bia an egg. It looks like he got an extra one for some reason.
She eats it so fast it whistles.
He says, "Don't you chew?"
I didn't think she does.
That can't be good for you.
Well, she's made it this far.
Fair enough. Gives her a little scourge, and then continues eating. Any sign from Elara stirring in her room?
I saw Norman scuttle by, so I assume so. Unless Norman has become sentient.
I wouldn't put it past her. Perhaps we should go and relay that info to her later. Just keep her in the loop.
Yeah, I think she would like that.
I agree.
What are your passive perceptions?
16.
17.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It is. I took a feat with my level up.
So as you both are having this conversation, you look around and you both see, as the door to the inn opens, you kind of glance up and you see that just a table away from you, sitting there, is Valda and Kerrek. And Valda is staring intently at the both of you with like a smile on her face. And when you both look up, she looks away and goes back to whatever it was that she was doing.
Is she writing something?
She has a notepad out, but you don't see her writing anything right now. But your attention is drawn to the front door as you watch Reg and Riven walk in to the inn.
I think Véres actually straightens up. Like, he wasn't slouching much before. He sits straighter, even so.
And they walk up to the bar. I think that Nim greets them and then ushers them into the, back. And that's all you see for now. And you watch as Valda kind of perks up as they enter and watches the interaction as well. And you can see she starts, bouncing her leg. Like she's, debating whether or not she's going to go back there.
Véres is confused as to what the fuck is happening with the Aarakocra. Just, looks at Ivy. Because they were looking at them.
Yeah.
Just looks at Ivy. He's like, do you know them?
Kind of. Their names are Kerrek and Valda. I met them the other night. They're reporters, journalists, independent journalists or something. It seems like they're friendly with Zath and Nim.
And you would have seen that by now, Véres. They've been around since you have been around, essentially. Since you guys got back.
Yeah, I think he's more so wondering why the fuck they were staring over here. Nim and Zath, he gets. So these journalists wanted to speak to you?
Maybe.
What did they talk to you about? Do you mind me asking?
Oh, the shit that went on in Grimford.
And you didn't tell them anything, right?
Yeah, I did. I told them about how I turned into a bone wolf in the basement. And how they were planning on sacrificing me specifically, Ivy Nightbreeze Tinkerfay.
For the love of God, keep your voice down, even if you're joking.
She's saying it quietly.
Okay.
Roll stealth checks.
Natural 20. For a 23 total.
17.
What a waste of a nat 20.
No, I don't think so.
Was it?
I don't know.
They don't seem to be paying attention to you.
Good.
She's just staring at him.
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
I'm totally joking.
Okay, thank you.
No, she was planning on going to Grimford. He obviously didn't want to because it is bananas to go to Grimford right now. So I just told him to look into the Cult of Mourning. And then I wrote this. And she, she pulls a letter out of her back pocket and flicks it across the table at him.
He picks it up and he starts reading them.
It is basically a bare bones, nobody other than Onyx and the cult involved wanting to sacrifice somebody to open a portal. It doesn't say anything about the Feywild. It doesn't say anything about Eladrins, even the old Eladrin. It mainly focuses on Onyx role. Doesn't mention Véres or Elara. Doesn't even mention the guard that was kidnapped and down there.
Or Ivy.
No, obviously not.
For a second there, he looked so much older than he is. He really did. For a second there, he aged 20 years. 100 years. He looked old for a moment. Just so tired. As he reads the letter, he looks less and less tired. The relief is clear. He slides it back over to you. Says, smart.
I have my moments.
I don't doubt that.
She flashes the paper. This is one of those moments, bitch.
I'm glad to see Riven and Reg made it back safe, though.
Me too.
They come out at about this time and they take a seat at the bar. And you watch Valda go to stand up. And I think Nim just gives her a look. And she sits back down. Kerrek says something to her. And she gets up and she walks, she goes upstairs.
That's when Ivy gets up and goes over to Kerrek and hands him the note.
He goes, good morning, Ivy.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
Pretty good. Convinced her not to go, so...
I can tell.
For now, at least. What's this? And he points at the letter.
Just something I found.
He nods. And he takes it. And he doesn't open it. He just kind of tucks it into a pocket inside of his jacket. I look forward to reading it.
It's riveting stuff.
I bet it is. Are you staying much longer?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Well, if you decide to, it's a good place to stay.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I guess she just sure nods and then waves and goes back over and sits down at the table with Véres. I really didn't want to talk to his sister.
Any particular reason, or?
Oh, she made a fucking scene the other night. It was really funny, actually. With Nim, of all people.
I heard. I was in the kitchen.
Yes, yep, I was there for that.
I mean, I appreciate her search for the truth, I won't lie, but some things are better off not knowing.
I would agree with that.
Can't imagine. Some things generate mass panic if they're known about. I feel like this would be one of those things.
Probably. But it's out of our hands.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Best of luck to them. Hopefully they stay safe.
I don't plan on going anywhere near Grimford ever again.
Can't say I blame you.
Wizard be damned.
Wizard be damned? I don't think the wizard is near Grimford.
I don't think so either. I don't know where the fucking wizard is at this point.
I don't know where the one you're looking for is, that's for sure.
Just a wizard in a tower. I don't know why those are so hard to find.
Because there's not many wizards anymore. Especially wizards strong enough to make a tower.
What are you saying? You can build a tower without magic?
I think that the tips of his ears turned pink as if he hadn't thought of it. He's like, right, of course you can. Mm-hmm.
Are buildings made with magic here? Am I missing something?
No.
Because even in the Feywild, we use brick and mortar.
No, it's just my sleep-deprived brain.
Well, you've got to rest up before paint night tomorrow.
Oh, I will. Don't worry about it. He laughs a bit. He tries to imagine what this role would be like if you had to rely on magic to build things.
It would be chaos.
Things would blow up all the time.
We'd live in tents. There'd be no buildings.
All tents.
I will sleep. I fear what I would create if I didn't sleep and then added alcohol to the mix, you know?
Yes. It might come alive.
Who knows, honestly, at this point.
Just a little creature running around.
Could you imagine if I made a little imp or something? Maybe I could have a friend at least.
Exactly. Bea would try to befriend the imp.
I could see it. Not to change the subject. Kind of want to talk to Riven and Reg. At some point, I have something I think Riven would want back.
Alright. Do you need me to, make a scene or something?
No.
To get them alone, or
No, I just, I don't think now is the right time. And I'm concerned about, and he vaguely gestures, brushing something off of his shirt, but in the direction of one of the two Aarakocra.
Yeah, she nods. I mean, we've got probably some time.
I don't anticipate sleeping at all today. In fact, I plan to go out and do a bit of training later. You're welcome to join if you want.
Training for what?
A marathon, Ivy.
Oh.
No.
I will time you. I'm not going to be running.
I'm joking. I'm just going to be doing, sword practice.
You have a sword?
I do. A short sword and some daggers.
She nods. She goes, sure. I don't have any weapons, so I'll just be watching.
Do you know how to use any?
Yeah. I've been trained on some of them, but no practical use. It was more for a report card than anything. Report card set by my aunt. So, banging curriculum there.
Well, if you're interested in practicing ever with any sort of weapons, let me know. I'll be out back at some point later this afternoon, but I'm going to go have a conversation with him.
All right.
And he gives Bea one last scritch.
As he's walking away, she goes, just yell shrimp if you need me.
He stops. He looks back at you, confused.
Like a safe word or something. I don't know.
He sits there and debates on saying something and decides no, he's not going to comment. All right, like a safe word. Sure. He goes back to what he was doing.
She just nods.
She confuses him so much.
It's Ivy.
Yeah, he goes over to Riven and Reg.
They look at you as you approach, and they both kind of nod curtly at you.
He nods to them. I'm glad to see you made it out all right.
You as well. And she kind of glances around. Now is probably not the best time to talk, though.
No, And I didn't want it to be now anyway. I'm sure you two need some time to relax and get settled in. Are you staying
Thank you.
here?
Yes, we'll have two ales, please.
Coming right up.
She nods, and they go back to talking with each other.
He goes and gets some of the ale. 2 ales right here. And he slides them over to them.
And Reg puts some coin on the table. Riven goes, if you don't mind, we'll be taking our dinner tonight up in our rooms.
Not at all. I'll be sure it comes up to you.
And they take their drinks and they go upstairs.
He leaves them be for now. And he gives Ivy her classic 2-finger salute.
She does it back.
And he goes out back.
Ivy goes upstairs and gets changed into her Lala Limus or whatever the fuck we called it.
That's exactly
what we called it.
And like an athletic top. And she goes out back.
And she comes out back to seeing Véres literally warming up. He's just stretching.
In his poet shirt.
Yep, might as well. No, he is in sweatpants and a t-shirt. And he gestures to an array of weapons leaning against a wall. You see various types of swords. Long, great, short. You see daggers. You see a javelin. And his scythe. Crossbows and longbow, short bow. All ready to be used. A couple of quivers on the side. The area is like dirt. There's a wall on the far, like on the back, kind of like outlining it. There are some practice dummies to the left, and then there are some like archery targets on the right, on the far right.
I think she bypasses the swords altogether. Like barely looks at the long ones, like the great sword.
Mm-hmm.
Barely looks at them. Only enough to figure out what they are and then moves on so quickly it's not even funny.
Insight check.
Yeah, sure.
Why? That's a 7. It's not happening.
Yeah, no, she doesn't like their vibe.
Cool.
She jokingly picks up a javelin. She's like, this seems like the most impractical thing to carry around with you forever.
It is. It's annoying, but it's good for long range.
So is a bow and arrow.
It is, you're right.
And she wants to throw the javelin at one of the test dummies.
Yeah, do it.
I feel like this should be at disadvantage.
But you don't add your proficiencies. You're not proficient. But make an attack.
A 7.
A 7?
Woo!
A 7.
Okay, Ivy, describe to me how you missed this target.
I think she heaves it with a grunt and it just sticks 3 feet in front of it into the ground. And she just nods.
Véres also nods, goes and picks it up and like pulls it out of the ground. You know, good enthusiasm. But maybe javelins are not for you.
I would agree with that.
A little more practice maybe. Any experience with a bow?
I've seen the rangers use them.
Do you want to be up close or far away?
I have close-up magic. I also have far-away magic, so...
True. In a pinch though, when you run out of magic, because you will eventually.
I've never run out of magic before.
It happens.
I mean, I guess... Can I, like, stab people with the arrow if I need to?
Sure, yeah.
Then yeah, I guess let's try the bow and arrow. My aim is great, as you can tell.
Nothing a little practice won't help. You could also do daggers though. Those are versatile. Close up and you can throw them.
What does more damage?
Probably a bow and arrow, to be honest.
Well, let's see how I do with the arrows, and then we'll go from there.
All right. And he hands her a short bow and a quiver of arrows.
That is a 13. Lucky 13.
Hey.
That hits. There you go. So not dead center of the target, but you do hit the target on the outer red rim.
She looks excited. She's like, oh, hey.
There you go. Better shot than you thought, eh?
A little bit.
Try again. Try for center.
All right. That's a 15.
Nice.
Hey, amazing. So this time you pull back and you let go, and it goes actually in the inner white ring.
Getting closer.
You may have found your shot. Though, why didn't you stance a bit? And he like kicked your feet a little bit. Just to the side.
She's like, oh, okay.
Yep. Sets you up. Then he's gonna like move your arms up a little higher. You want to look straight down, line it up with your eyesight. Try again.
19.
Fuck yeah. Amazing. So this time, Ivy, with a little guidance, your arrow lands almost dead center of the target, off by a fraction.
She like throws her hands up in the air. She's like, oh, yay!
You hear Elara from the window go, yeah!
He gives you an applause.
Ivy waves at Elara.
She waves back.
It's like, well, the short bow is yours.
Yay! I have a weapon.
You did it.
I'll give you a dagger as well, just in case. Since you have good aim anyway.
I only have 17 of them.
Right?
I don't know if I can part with any of my 28 daggers.
No, he actually does go into his pack, which is resting against the wall, pulls out 2 daggers, and hands them to you.
She like holds them up. Thank you. Where do I put them?
They have sheaths on them. It's like,
Okay.
So he didn't just give you like bare daggers.
That's what I was envisioning.
Yeah, they have sheaths on them. Says you attach them wherever you want. Your hip, your thigh, whatever serves you best. But you know, while you have them available, maybe practice a few times.
Yeah, she gets into a stance. That is again a 19.
Yeah!
Ivy, are you using the same practice dummy?
Yeah.
You split your arrow.
She's like, what the fuck? I think she says that out loud. She's what the fuck?
Yes! That's amazing.
He looks impressed, honestly. He's like, good shot.
Thank you. I don't know if I could do that again ever. I think it's only downhill from here.
He just laughs. Beginner's luck, I suppose.
Yes.
No, joking. You're probably better than you think you are.
I mean, I used to watch a lot of practices, but like, it's different when you actually do it, right? And she stops talking for a second, and she just goes, "It's different when you do it yourself, other than watching people."
For sure. But if you learned this much just from watching, you might be a natural.
I attended a lot of practices at one point in my life. Not recently, but a lot of practices.
Well, anytime you want to practice some more, give me a shout. I'm sure Elara could use some as well. Feel so inclined.
She looks up at Elara.
Elara's gone. She's no longer at the window.
Because you can take the bow and quiver with the arrows in it as well. I'll give Zath the money for them.
I have money.
Don't worry about it.
I have a lot of this shit. I don't know what to do with it.
Save it.
For a rainy day.
Mm-hmm. You're probably going to need it if we're going to continue traveling.
Sure.
And he like goes through, he's like, let me show you where to put the quiver. He like goes through of how to like strap it onto either your thigh or like hook it to your back if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think over the next like however long Ivy puts up with it, he'll go through showing her like go through drills of like drawing and firing both the dagger and an arrow. And he'll time you and put pressure on you to do it quickly after a little while.
She'll stay until the end.
Awesome. So you spend the better part of the afternoon doing this.
Yeah. I think you can tell she's like comfortable around this sort of thing. I mean, it feels nice.
Nice. And then he's gonna go and bring Riven and Reg their dinner.
So you knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Riven opens it. It's one of the bigger rooms. Reg smiles for the first time since you've seen her today when you walk in. And Riven's like, sorry about before. Zath told me not to talk in front of Valda and Kerrek.
No, it's alright. Nim told me about it when I went out back. I understand. And probably for the best, honestly.
Do you put the food down?
He does, yeah, on the table for them.
As soon as you do, Reg goes up and gives you a big hug.
Aww. He goes like ramrod stiff, but then kind of relaxes and gives her a hug.
Yeah, she just full body with her little body. And she's like, we didn't know if you were going to make it, so it's good to see you all. Where are your friends?
Elara is held up in her room. She's alright, for the most part. And Ivy's around, you know.
Riven goes, you should get them and maybe we should all talk.
Sure. Do you want a moment to eat first, and then we'll return?
She shakes her head.
And then I will be right back. And Véres excuses himself and goes and collects. Where's Ivy right now? And where's Elara?
Ivy was in her room, writing in her journal.
Yeah, Lara's in her room too.
Where are your rooms in respect to each other?
Right across the hall.
Awesome. So he goes and just stands between and knocks on the door. Leans over one, knocks on the other.
Well, first you hear, she just goes, come in.
He opens the door a little bit.
Hey.
Hey, so Riven and Reg would like to speak with all of us if you have a moment.
Oh, are they here?
They are, yeah. They arrived a little while ago.
Okay. She stands up. She puts her jacket on.
Careful.
No, it's good. I moved it.
All right.
You would have stepped in it already.
I didn't walk through your door.
That's true.
He knocks on Ivy's again.
Ivy opens the door. She's still in her workout outfit.
Riven and Reg would like to speak with all of us.
All right. Are they being nice now?
They are. He was confused for a second. And he just laughs.
Were they not nice?
No.
It was because the journalists were listening.
Oh, fair.
Elara goes, I need to get out of my room more.
You do.
You do?
You missed a lot.
She puts her hand up to high five Ivy.
She high fives her.
She goes, good moves, good athletic throwing.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, good aim. That was the word.
She is quite talented, I will admit.
Yes, I was very impressive.
I just watched a lot of it prior in another life.
For fun?
Also, I was watching the person doing it, but...
Oh, Elara goes, I got bored watching you, so I went away from the window. But I think I saw the best one, you know? So that was what was most important.
Oh, you sure? She threw a dagger later with her feet, so...
Elara's jaw drops.
I did not.
Oh. She goes, that would have been pretty impressive.
It would have.
Would have been very impressive.
I'm 100% joking, though.
Okay.
Maybe I should try it. Véres, put an apple on your head.
Let me know if you do. I would like to watch.
I would rather not lose an eye, thank you. But after you.
Where are we going?
Right, maybe not after you. It's fuck me for trying to be polite.
Weaponized chivalry, Véres, is not very appealing.
I mean, we can just walk down the hallway and knock on all the doors.
He's walking. Ignoring you both.
Should we get the journalist too while we're here?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, they're probably too busy with the letter I gave them anyways.
The letter?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. That's a whole thing.
You can catch me up in a non-roleplay way later.
Ivy explains as they're walking.
Okay. Elara goes, oh.
Véres knocks on the door again.
Reg opens it. And Ivy, she gives you a big hug as you walk in the door.
She hugs her back.
And she goes to hug Elara, and Elara is just like, no, thank you. And she awkwardly puts her hand out, and Reg takes it with both hands and shakes it excitedly. And they usher you inside and to take a seat. And do you all take a seat?
Yeah.
Only if there's enough chairs for everyone.
There's probably not, but...
Yeah, Véres will stay standing.
Okay. Reg sits down on the bed, probably.
Ivy leans on the desk.
Elara sits down. Riven looks at everyone, and she goes, I'm glad to see that you all made it out okay.
You as well.
You too.
I don't know what you all got into down there. Is Onyx...
He's dead.
She nods. Reg, smiles a little. And then, she looks and she, very quickly, gets, her solemn expression back on. Riven goes, I'll warn you now. There is, a lot of people have a lot of questions. And I wanted you three to know that we didn't and we will not name you in any way, shape, or form. I don't know how this is all going to shake out, but I don't think I'm worried, I guess is what I should say. People are looking for a group of three. We probably shouldn't be seen speaking much in public, so apologies in advance when we ignore you and we see you in the inn. Most of the people fled to Burnton, so right now everyone's focus is kind of there, but I'm sure it will spread out eventually and they'll come here too. What are you three planning to do?
Make ourselves scarce after a while.
She nods. It's a good plan.
At least for me. He looks at the other two.
Ivy nods, and she's like, I don't plan on accidentally leveling any more cities, so,
Reg goes, what exactly happened down there?
A lot.
Oh, I almost got sacrificed.
All right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've had time to think about it. Come to terms with it.
She goes, would you like some moonshine?
No, thank you.
It helps.
I bet it does. I don't need any help right now, but I will keep you secretly informed if I need any.
She winks at you.
She goes, no, yeah, Onyx wanted to open a portal, I'm assuming to the Feywild, and try to sacrifice me. She holds up a peace sign.
There was 2 portals in there. One was being opened to, presumably, the Feywild. The other one I'm not sure, but I believe it was to the ethereal plane.
Riven kind of just like shakes her head in disbelief.
There was a ritual that we ruined.
Because I'm alive still.
Mm-hmm. And they had somebody kept in suspended animation. They were sort of floating. The spirit was anyway. And I believe it was through them that they were holding the ethereal plane portal open. When we disrupted the ritual, it was her who brought it all down to cover it all up at the end.
Do you, you said her?
I did. He reaches in his pocket and picks out a ring, since I believe it was Delilah.
Her face goes like she just looks shocked for a second. And she looks at the ring.
He hands it to Riven.
Yeah, and she takes it immediately. And Reg gets off the bed and she goes up to where Riven is standing and she just kind of takes her hand and like squeezes it. She was just down there this whole time?
I think so.
You said that she was in suspended animation.
It was her incorporeal form, floating.
Okay. She looks at the ring and like takes a deep breath and she goes, thank you for giving this back to me.
Of course.
It's nice to know at least that to know where she was, I guess. Elara goes, we have found a lot of information that we are trying to kind of piece together. It seems that they were using people who had been maybe linked to different planes. Where was Delilah from? Or was she was her lineage that of like some place that comes from another plane? And like you can tell that Elara feels like really awkward asking this kind of question, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And Riven just looks at her and she goes, she was a Kalishtar. Her family were devotees of Mortimer. Elara nods. Okay, thank you. And Riven just kind of nods. Did she, she's gone?
Véres nods. I'm sorry. She'd been gone for a while.
But she was there.
I believe it was her spirit that was there. Her physical body. It was clear that she'd been gone for a while.
She slips the ring into her pocket and squeezes Reg's hand, and like rubs a hand over her, like mouth and chin, and kind of tries to like shake it all off, I think. She goes over to her pack that's resting at like the foot of the bed, and she takes out a little coin purse, and Véres, she hands you a coin purse that has 50 gold in it. And she goes, I said I was good for it. And she hands you a Grimford guard's brooch, and she goes up to you, Ivy, and she hands you a Grimford guard brooch. She goes up to Elara, and she hands her a Grimford a Grimford guard brooch.
You are now officially part of the Grimford Guided Ghost Tours. You got your job, Elara.
The 3G tours.
She gives you all a brooch, and she goes, it seems really stupid now, but I wanted to give you all something to say thank you for rooting out what was going on. I know the town is gone, but at least the evil there is gone too. Trying to look on the bright side, I guess. There doesn't seem to be much brightness left nowadays.
I know it seems like that, but I don't think it will always be that way. It'll get better.
She nods.
You should know, though, the cult that you were dealing with in that town is vast and is not gone. It was only a branch of it.
Well, I guess we should, get to rooting out the next cult then, huh?
I would be fine with that. I would like my blood to stay within my body and not spilled to try and open a portal.
I have a reason to believe, thanks to this letter that we found on scene, that there will be a gathering of them in Vitrum in the month of Chill Frost on the 13th. I don't know the location, but the password to get in is Mugwort.
Okay. Well, if you find out any more information, I don't know where we're going to wind up, and she kind of like puts her arm around Reg. But if you get it to Zaph, I'll leave word. He'll know how to find us, and you can count on me to be there.
I'll keep that in mind.
And she looks at Ivy, and she goes, "Why did they want your blood?" Do you just stare at her in silence?
I think she stares for a moment and she looks at Véres really quick.
I think Reg just kind of clears her throat and she goes, "All right, dearie, I don't think it's appropriate to ask why someone wants her blood. We've all been through quite a lot. Let's just leave it alone." And Ribbon goes, "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's been a long couple of weeks."
I'm sorry. Couple of weeks?
It's only been 6 days.
Right? No, 7 because we traveled.
You all were missing for 2 days before the town went under.
What?
What?
What? And she nods. By the time we got back with the guards from Burnton, it was 2 days later, and Reg said that you had disappeared 2 days ago, and by the time we got there, the cult is surged up, and all we could do was evacuate the town, as many as we could get them out, and then the town went under.
So we were hanging in a meat locker for 2 fucking days.
I was strapped to a table for 2 days. What the fuck were they dilly-dallying around about?
For 2 whole fucking days.
Riven shrugs.
Did they have to get their cloaks mended?
You know, it's the presentation of it all.
Did Onyx have to write his fucking speech?
Of course.
We are the cult of morning.
Blood of my blood.
Véres actually laughs.
Riven and Reg are like, they've all lost it.
Yeah. They're
Riven and Reg
traumatized.
just well, my supper is getting cold. Look at the time.
Véres like, sorry, news to me.
I mean, you're alive, right? So that's what matters.
It's true.
I think I'm alive. I'm not really sure at this point.
Elara goes, "We're alive. We survived."
And that is the important part. But yes, that's what brought down the town. I'm sorry, you two, for your loss.
They both nod. It'll be tough, but we'll rebuild. Not there. Well, forgive us again for having to ignore you when we see you.
No, it's alright.
Less attention, the better.
I agree. Wish you two all the best, honestly. And take care.
We'll see you around.
See you around.
Thank you again.
Ivy waves her hand.
Reg waves. Oh. Reg waves when you wave your hand.
She nods.
I think Véres will get up and go to leave.
Yeah.
Ivy follows.
And I think good place to end.
I think so.
Yes.
A somber place.
Mm-hmm.
We started depressed, we're ending depressed. Thanks so much for listening. We're incredibly grateful for the love and support.
And P.S., if you want more content, check out our Patreon for free clips, bonus scenes, and if you join the Red Rogues, you'll get access to the Rainbow Dice Club chat and after show where we talk about past episodes.
If you're enjoying the show, please consider leaving us a 5-star review and tell your friends about us.
Special thanks to our Green Fiend Patreon supporters, Jen Bear and Michael.
And with that, our story pauses here for today. Join us next time as we continue our adventures, and remember, it's never too late to start your own.
Bye!
Snyder's Return is a tabletop roleplay interview and actual play podcast. We chat with content creators from both mainstream and indie publishers, and we release actual play episodes of systems like our City of Mist game, Meddlers, Monsters and Madmen, and more games coming in the future. We also have a TTRPG review show on YouTube, Fly Like a D6. Come and check us out. You can find us on Twitter at Return Snyder, Instagram Snyders_return. You can find us on YouTube at Snyder's Return, Discord, and everywhere you get your podcasts.
Yeah, he ate her fucking chapstick.
Well, okay.
It was
Maybe if you had the cap on it.
I lost the cap like 3 weeks ago.
It's a tasty little morsel.
I hope he's okay, honestly.
I don't know if it's okay.
Somewhere out there is just having in like a
He's having a
chapstick
belly
coma.
ache, probably, yeah.
If your
it's
shits
all
get
natural,
runny,
but-
you know why.
Oh, what's that chapstick?
Get it.
Knowledge beams directly into the middle of your
She floats off the ground a little bit. Her eyes start glowing. Is this the new trope for Nat 20s for us?
Yes.
Because we do it every time.
Can I read it at least?
We can read. Yeah, we can read it. So you see,
I didn't realize you were
see.
illiterate, Ivy.
You see
I
the
knew we
word.
had that joke,
We
but
did.
like it was a joke.
We're like, she can really read, you guys. What? I keep thinking that you're like laughing.
Me too.
And I'm like,
What are you laughing at?
No, I'm not smiling. I'm not laughing. I'm
I know.
coughing.
It takes me a second to realize you're coughing.
Me too.
Like I have to switch back to the screen.
I would
Like, what are
really
you
be
fucking laughing about, Dusty.
Like, I wasn't going for a joke here. I love how Ivy was like, I'll write a manifesto.
Yeah, she's not going to say anything about it either, unless they directly ask her.
No.
She's got the note.
Yeah.
She's got the note in her back pocket. She wrote it.
Oh my god. I want to make an investigation check on Ivy's ass. Can I see the paper?
You want to
No,
you
just-
checking Ivy out in this like weird context? I'm
Laura's like, no,
obsessed.
it's not sexual at all.
Sure. Yeah.
I just have a feeling that Ivy's gonna screw us over somehow. I'm
My
just kidding.
fucking spidey senses for the crinkle of her ass. Like,
Sorry.
Ivy, have you been hitting the pipe at all?
no, I have a cold. I have
No, I
pneumonia
have
in my
pneumonia.
right lung.
Oh my god. She reaches into her pocket and she's like, I have a salve for that.
Let me massage your fucking lung. No,
Let Ivy get caught first. No.
no. I was
Does
gonna say
Ivy
no.
said-
Bia gets caught.
Oh no.
Bia toddles in.
No, Alara runs and she makes a dexterity. Oh, she got an 18 on her dexterity saving throw. She scoops Bia up like a football.
Bia chirps in
Yeah.
surprise.
She goes, I will never let any harm come to you.
Bia just looks at you, wide-eyed.
It's like, you fucking weirdo. All right, break time.
But Mom, who are you hanging around?
She's like, I know you said you wanted friends, but like, really? Is this what we're working with?
Really? Just like a little treat to myself.
Yeah, no. The same dancey dance. It's gonna have a little treat. Gonna get a little headache relief here.
Yeah, I am. No, that's literally what I thought. I was like, oh.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Little
I know you or
treat.
something.
That'll be fun to cut in. You see Norman scuttle by. You see Norman scuttle. I don't know why I say scutter. It's not even a word. I don't think it's a word. Scutter.
It's not.
But to me, Norman scutters. You see
Listen.
Norman scuttle by.
He scutters.
He scutters by.
No, scutter is a word. It's
What
a
is it?
British word.
Is it?
It's
what-
a verb of a small animal to move hurriedly with short steps.
There you go.
He
It's
does
a thing.
scutter. But isn't that what scuttle means?
Yep.
Yeah, it's just the British version of saying it is scutter.
You guys, maybe I'm really British. That's how I knew that. Where
The
is like, is
accent
this-
that you cannot do.
Yeah. Because maybe like when I accept it, that'll just be, you know.
The memory was suppressed
Yeah.
when you were a kid.
I got hit on the head. Scudder is a word. I'm so happy. Thank you for looking that up.
Mm-hmm.